Hello everyone and welcome. This is Tim. This is going to be a start of a new series I'm going to do for Rebirth's YouTube channel, and I'm calling it First Impressions. As it may sound like, it's going to be a video series where I take a look at games and give my first impressions of it. Right now I'm playing Guild Wars 2. It went on sale recently, and so I was talked into buying it. And I'm a long time World of Warcraft player. I've been playing WoW since Burning Crusade. That's that's 7 years. And since then, I've played a few other MMOs here and there, like ArcAge and Elder Scrolls Online. And even before WoW, I played games like Tibia and RuneScape. I played the original Guild Wars when it was still a thing. And the original one I didn't like, probably because I had already been in the scene of like RuneScape and Tibia, and the concept of like, oh, okay, I fell off. Awesome. And the concept of a level cap at 20 in that game just didn't appeal to me. And that after that, I went to WoW. But recently, I've been playing other MMOs. Just been trying them out, see what I think. Elder Scrolls Online disappointed me because the questing system was breadcrumb, like, question mark and exclamation mark type questing system, which I really hated because I was expecting an Elder Scrolls experience, which if you've ever played an Elder Scrolls game, you don't get quest markers. I did it again. Wow. Okay. Um, yeah, in Elder Scrolls, it's like you got a quest and but you don't know where quests are until you like actually find them. And Elder Scrolls Online just didn't have that. It was much like WoW's quest system. But enough about other MMOs. This is Guild Wars 2. I guess there's an expansion coming out in your future. It's been announced, so I guess you can consider this version here vanilla. Haven't been playing long enough to really have a say in that, but what I can say is the game is pretty fun. I'm pleased so far with the game. For right now, I'm doing what's it's called a jumping puzzle, which is a feature in the game. There's like puzzles throughout the world, and as the name implies, you have to jump to complete the puzzle. And it is an actual like feature in the game. It's not just you jumping around on walls and stuff, finding secrets. No, there's actual loot chests at the end of these with some goodies in it. Get like a little achievement for doing. I'll probably do. Uh, but I've gotten to, let's see here, level 28 so far. And I'm really impressed by it. The game has some features that are way different than most MMOs that I think are actually really good solutions to issues you may have in other MMOs, like in World of Warcraft. Probably doing a lot of comparing to that. And WoW, there's a few issues with the questing system. People are like, oh, it's a questing system, that's just how it is. Like, that's how quests work in MMOs. No, not really, because I've played other MMOs, and they all seem to do questing differently. So WoW's questing system is by no means the only way it can be done. Like in Tibia, I don't know if anyone here even knows what that game is. Probably doesn't. Probably don't. Almost fell off there. But in Tibia, quests were hidden. You actually had to interact with NPCs, and you didn't have a quest log or anything like that. It was literally NPC going, "Hey, I lost something. It's near a swamp or something in this area close to the city," and you have to actually go like an explorer. And if you explored and followed their directions carefully enough, you would actually find like loot and kind of gave you a choice. I remember there's a quest in Tibia that where they asked me, where this lady was like, "Oh yeah, I lost my sword. It's up on this dock." It wasn't like a named like quest item sword. It's an actual like item in the game, it was a short sword. And when you obtain the sword, you can either keep it, use it on your own, because at that level it was actually a pretty decent sword, or you can like return it to her and get a different reward. And there was no like, oh, you got experience for the quest, which is kind of odd with that quest. But anyways, in Guild Wars, the way they've done it is do something called Renowned Heart. And I like how they've done it because in World of Warcraft, there's two issues with questing that every player has encountered. First of all, the issue of you can only have 25 quests in your log. I mean, like, seriously, why is that still a thing? And I always ask myself that when I play WoW and I'm out doing old world content. Oh, my quest log is full. Crap, like, which quest do I get rid of? Hello? Oh, hi. Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Channel switched.
Yeah, whoops. Jump in the recording booth for that. Anywho, like in WoW, you get the limit of 25 quests, which I think is dumb. Really, really dumb. There's absolutely zero reason for that. But at the same time, I can understand if you, say on WoW, you had an unlimited quest in your log. Tune failed. Okay, that's not good. And go out and teleport in, maybe, no. Sorry. Okay, good. What buggy there. Anyways, if you're playing WoW and you've got like 100 quests in your log, I can understand that can be a little overwhelming. Oh, I got all these quests, I'm never gonna do them. They're ML log, they're kind of like passively, aggressively telling me, hey, you need to do these quests. Roam the Mad. Oh, do I fight him? Here. But in this game, you've got the Renowned Hearts, and the way those work is quests. They're not really quests. They're called Renowned Hearts. And functionally, they're the same as a quest. But say in World of Warcraft, you're doing a quest. You're in a quest zone, like a quest hub, and you got maybe a farmer, right? And this farmer's like, hey, I got some wolves attacking my sheep. I need you to kill 20 wolves. Okay, that's one quest right there, right? You got another quest from the same NPC. This time he's like, you can like have them both at the same time. Typically, you grab like multiple quests from one NPC. And this time he's like, oh, well, I got a garden. I want you to pick some pumpkins out of it. I got a pumpkin patch here. Well, that's another quest. And then maybe he's got a third quest for you, which is something like pick some weeds out of my garden. Okay, great. So you got to pick like 20 weeds. That's like 3 different quests right there from one NPC, each with their own unique, experience reward and item reward. So you got to do one quest, and then I'm about to die here. Don't die. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. All right, great. Yeah. Please tell me not to go back up. Well, in Guild Wars, they've overcome this by the Renowned Heart system. And when you enter an area, the quest essentially becomes active as soon as you enter the area and where the quest takes place. I mean, if you're in one zone over here, and you've got a quest for here, and you're all the way up, north in a different continent, there's no reason for you to know there's a quest going on because you're not in that area. But at the same time, you can always pop up over your map and be like, oh yeah, I've done this one here, I've done this one here, but I've got maybe another, find an example here. I've got another quest here that hasn't yet been done, and that's why it's empty. So this gets rid of the issue of no quest log. There's no quest log in this game, but you do have is you have map completion. So this tells you how many more renowned hearts or quests, if you want to call them, you have in the zone. So there is transparency as to what there is to do. And then the other system I really like is the karma system. Pretty clever, because in World of Warcraft there's the issue of you do a quest, you get a quest reward. Oh, it's plate armor. Okay, I'm a cloth wearer. It's useless to me. And that becomes just an item that's sitting in your bags. And yeah, you could just take the moment right there to destroy it, to get rid of it. If you're rich enough on the game, like in World of Warcraft, to have a mount that has a vendor on it, yeah, you could get on that, vendor it right then and there, or if you're disenchanter, which as far as you have the right profession, you could disenchant it. But what if you're none of those, and you're just trying to blast through as many quests as you can, level up? You don't take time to do that, especially with like small bag space. And the way this game overcomes that is a karma system. So, like a currency, when you complete a quest or a renowned heart, you get karma. And you can hold on to the karma for the entirety of the game. There's no pressure to spend it right away. It never goes away, you always have it, and you gain it from doing the quest or the renowned hearts. And then whenever you complete one of these hearts, like this one here, if I were to complete it, this NPC has a vendor option. And so I can open up the vendor and take a look at what they have. And everything they have costs karma. And it varies from vendor to vendor. So it's like the equivalent of, like, in World of Warcraft, if a quest NPC, gave you the option to choose between 4 different item rewards, right? Well, in this game, it's similar. It's like, oh, I'm a vendor. I have maybe 4 to 10 different loot options you can choose from. But you don't have to pick one. You just be like, yeah, all this is crap. It's not useful to me. I'm not going to buy any. And then maybe say you run into another karma vendor, another NPC that you unlocked, that does have loot you want. You just spend the karma on them. And what's cool about this is this allows you to always go back to these vendors and buy stuff from them again. There's actually quite a few stuff that's account bound. Maybe you're playing a character and... Wow, I screwed that up. But yeah, you run into a vendor, sorry. You find some loot on one character that's not useful to you, but maybe you start a new character and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this one NPC having some useful loot. I'll hop on that, my other character that's got a lot of karma, go revisit the vendor, and then buy it and send it to my other character. So it's a really cool concept that allows you to pick and choose what you want as you go along the game. It doesn't become cumbersome for you. Which I really hate in WoW, because it's like, in WoW when I'm leveling up, I'm always stopping. Like every quest hub that I complete, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop, I'm going to take a good 10, 15 minutes to visit the bank, to deposit stuff, to vendors, stuff they don't need, etc., etc. And it's not really seamless, whereas in this game, it's a lot more seamless, actually. That's pretty neat. The other thing I'm impressed about is how there's events that happen in the world. They're just random events, and you're alerted when there's an event nearby, which I think is pretty cool. And a lot of these events will actually contribute towards that renowned heart you're nearby. So let's say this heart was a bandit camp, and you're like say it's like an encampment, right? And the quest's like, oh, there's bandits all around here. Yeah, I want you to go out and kill some bandits. I also want you to disable, like, bandit, like, turrets and Maybe there's another objective like, I don't know, collect some material or something. But then maybe an event pops up, like down here, and oh, there's a huge like bandit army coming towards here. You have to defend the area. And so as an event you have to participate in. And when you participate in these events, you get experience for just the event itself, as well as some karma. So it's the benefit of actually participating into events. Some events actually give you a little bit more. I think they give some events will give you like a skill point, which is another thing about the game. Oh, come on, really? Okay. And they contribute towards the renowned heart. So there's actually incentive to do the events. But the events aren't required. You can play the game without ever hitting an event, but typically if there's an event you want to like participate in it, especially if you're doing the renowned heart in that area. I think one of the other things I want to touch on is games no subscription. I've always been wary about games without subscriptions. Usually how they handle it is, as you might have guessed, the cash shop. Yeah, everyone has their opinion on the cash shop. But so far what I've noticed is that the cash shop items in this game, they're not pay to win. There's nothing in here that just gives you like gear. You can't buy gear from here. Probably like, well, what are these? These are skins. It's not gear, they're just item skins. So you apply to an actual piece of gear you have, and it changes the look of it. So, for the most part, the cash shop is cosmetic, which I'm okay with. I'm always okay with cash shops that are primarily cosmetic, because it does work. People love cosmetic stuff. But at the same time, if there's a player who's just dumping a bunch of money into the cash shop, they're not gaining an advantage over you if you decide not to buy anything. Another thing I like about this game's cash shop is that, well, the cash shop uses gems to purchase things. You can purchase the gems either with real-life money or gold. So when there's always that ability to exchange an earnable currency in the game for cash shop currency, I always approve. That's just my personal opinion on that. I know when I played Arcade, there was a huge issue with people being able to buy their way to being successful in the game. Like, buying the best loot, buying upgrade stuff. And it just made the game not fun to play, because when you get into these groups, like PvP stuff in Arcade, it's like, oh, yeah, you paid for your gear? Yeah, you're definitely gonna, like, defeat me. It just made it not fun, because nobody likes going into a scenario, like a PvP scenario in the game, and being a veteran MMO player in general, and having skill, and just being stomped on by someone who just decided to pay, the game $500 or something. Never, ever fun. But yeah, I plan on playing this game till I hit level cap, because I know that there's a whole different level experience at level cap that's way different than as with any MMO, and it is leveling. Hence why it's first impressions. Only level 28, still a noob to this game, so I'm looking forward to in-game stuff. I have someone in my community who's been playing this game a lot, and he's got a lot of good things to say about it. Developers seem to be on point about balancing, like, PvP and whatnot. Oh, sweet. Got him. Yeah. That was an event right there, and got gold, yeah, hey. And this is the chest at the end of the jumping puzzle. You can do these jumping puzzles once a day, which is pretty neat. Boom, what did I get? Those are not useful to me. Ah, better than nothing. Awesome. Well, I hope you all enjoy, and I encourage you to join our guild on Guild Wars. We are Agents of Rebirth. 56 members. We've been recruiting. They do a lot of PvP, world versus world stuff. And I will be around as well. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check us out at www.rebirthgaming.org. We also have a TeamSpeak, ts3.rebirthgaming.org. You can hop onto that. We're usually on here. Come by, say hi. See you out in the world. We'll be sure to give you a hand and group up and do some fractals or PvP. And have a good day.